YouTube, we got work to do. What's good? This is JTE Entertainment, where we focus on money, business, finance, relationships. We bundle those things in together because we want to change the culture. We want to change that mindset. So while y'all are here, go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell your church members, tell everybody about this website, tell everybody about my page so we can go ahead and start getting this message across. So what I got right now, this is another reaction video of a 29-year-old on track. It says on track to make over $90,000. And he's from Memphis, Tennessee. So shout out to Memphis. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and just dive into this video.
I work for the United States Postal Service. I'm a mail carrier and I just deliver mail every day, all day. My grandfather worked for the post office for many years, so did a couple of my other relatives. And he said that if I go there, I would be able to make a decent amount of money and get a lot of hours. And so I tried it. My name is Jordan Myers. I'm 29 years old. My base salary is $41,000 a year. And this year I am on track to make over $90,000. And I live in Memphis, Tennessee.
All right, real quick, I just wanted to, again, shout out to Memphis, was good. But his base salary was at 41, so he had an opportunity to make more than his base salary. I guess doing overtime, but I mean, I like that job gives him opportunity and and allows him to have as much overtime as he wants to almost basically double his salary.
When I first started, they could just send you anywhere, no matter what route, no matter who's off. When I first started, I used to walk 25 miles a day. 25. I don't have.
I'm finna go back. This dude said he 25 miles a day, walk 25 miles a day. I don't think he can walk 25 miles a day. But anyway, that's a lot. All right, so it says Jordan typically works 6 days a week, delivering mail for 12 to 13 hours each day. Guys, one thing about that, this dude is a hustler, right? So his work ethic is crazy. He has crazy work ethic, and man, I'm already loving this dude's story right here. But I just want to look. He's putting in the work. He's not sitting down feeling bad about himself, feeling sorry about himself. There was an opportunity. He took it. He listened to the advice of his relatives about working at the postal service. And again, he's hustling. He's hustling right now, but I bet you it's going to pay off.
I don't have that many skills, so this one skill I know I do got is my mindset and how much I'm determined. So I chose to go to the post office because they would give me the most amount of hours. When I came back to the post office after having my son, right when the pandemic hit, it was nothing like I've seen before. It was just empty. Mail piled.
I want to touch on something he said about he doesn't have that many skills. That work ethic is a major skill, right? If you don't have a work ethic, you're not gonna go anywhere. So I just kind of want to push back on that. Nah, brother, you got a skill. That's a crazy work ethic, and you can see that's paying off.
Everywhere. It was tough. The pandemic scared a lot of people, and a lot of people just really took advantage of it. When you do stuff like that, you can not only just hurt your coworkers, you can hurt like a whole community. Like the post office actually delivered medicine to people. So when I tell you when it was scarce, it was actually scary because you seeing checks, it's just piling up to the brim. A lot of people are also quitting just due to being burnt out. A lot of people are quitting due to family reasons. So it's slightly getting better, but at the same time, it's a big struggle. It really is. My mom's just struggled a lot, still to this day, struggling. When I started living him, it was like a whole nother world because he has his own lawn service and it's just, that's his thing. You have to go to work. I think he's making around 70, 80K. But with that many people and that many mouths to feed and so much going on, but he made enough to know we can get what we wanted sometimes and a lot what we needed. Seeing that really helps me push forward because you realize as a kid you want stuff, but then you get older you realize everything you want is like mad expensive. So apparently I have expensive taste. And that's what makes you go to work. The day I realized my dad had that mentality, I realized my dad was shot like 4 to 5 times. My little brother bumped his car one time and his gun dropped and it shot him through his ankle and he had to go to the hospital. Even after going to the hospital with that shot, it wasn't even 24 hours. He was at work with a cast on. My dad said, we don't make excuses, and he went to work. So I figured if a 55, 50-year-old dude can go that hard in paint, clearly I'm late, so I know I can do it. My actual base salary is actually doable. As far as our grocery bill, due to me being at work majority of all day, I just gave myself a $10 balance. I came up with that because majority of combos are like $8 to $9. And as far as my wife, she normally buys a lot of groceries. I think she spent about maybe 100 to 150 in just groceries. But as far as like how we mainly handle bills, I get my wife.
Yo, okay, cool. Cause some people was like I was a little too hard on the other dude that I did about the 135K that was in Atlanta. Man, look, this dude, most of his budget goes to savings. 29, almost $3,000 a month goes to savings. And he has rental property that he has. So that rental property, I mean, that's probably, that's in that budget. And I just did a video earlier about the 100K, and then after your taxes and stuff like that, it's going to be around like 55. So yeah, it's $5,700 a month, and he's living in the South. So it's a lot cheaper to live in the South than it is, let's say in a place like New York, California, Washington, somewhere like that. Man, but dude, I'm loving his budget. I love the fact that he said that he put himself on like a $10, a $10 a day budget for his lunch. I mean, I understand you don't want to eat I get it. You don't want to eat a ham sandwich every day. But every now and then I would, pack a lunch, something like that, especially if you're mobile. Your job is very mobile. But I get it, man. Sometimes you don't want a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You don't want no ham sandwich every day. But his budget, I mean, it's still within his budget though, and he's the only one that's doing that. He's the only one it seems like in the household that's like eating out for lunch like that. But I'm already loving his budget.
To pay the utilities. Here in Memphis, we do all utilities together. I was trying to make sure all her bills are way less than $1,000, so that way she can easily afford them and still do the things she wants to do. She handles the Comcast, she handles the car insurance, and she handles the child daycare. So that's all the.
Yo, and again, I just want to comment on this as well. His wife, and this is probably one of my first times I'm speaking about relationships in a marriage. The spouse can make or break your financial goals, right? So this man, he has a plan for his for his finances, right? And he's leading in that, and I love to see that. He has they've come up with an idea of how they want to handle their finances, and I mean, him and his wife are working together as a team on these finances and the kind of goals that they want to set. But I know you've seen some people, they have really great skill set and a real great talent of accumulating money, but their spouse, whether it's a husband or a wife, they can ruin it just because of the decisions that they make financially. They don't delay self gratification. they whine and moan and they want stuff right now because they see it in the bank account right now. They don't realize that, hey, let's have a plan for this, and stuff like that. So that's good that him and his wife are on the same page for their finances, and she sees his goal, and they're working together as one on that. I love that.
He has, and I take care of all the rest of it. I got into option trading. They helped me to learn rental properties, how to look up rental properties, how to properly price the rental properties. I am actively cash flowing from this property. This year for my birthday, I finally got my dream car. I've been looking at a Tesla Model 3 for since it dropped. Actually, it's been my wall save on my computer and all. See, the family part, believe it or not, everybody think raising a kid is like tremendously hard. It's more mental than anything. Like just his energy is the most. My wife works at Amazon. I do bring in more money, but we kind of equal because she does have to take care of my son more. And if she didn't play her role the way she played her role, I wouldn't even be able to work the hours I can work. So I wouldn't even make the money I make.
Yo, okay, team. That's a team. That's how you're supposed to be. The man is the man. He's going out there. He's making his money. He knows what he's supposed to do, and he's providing for his wife and his child. And the wife is that support system. Yo, that is the dream. They got their mind right around their finances. I like the fact that he actually did some. See this guy. He has a strong work ethic. I'm sorry. I'm so excited I can't talk. He has a strong work ethic, and he's smart. I don't, he's smart because he knew that he bought his first home for like 100K, and then he took out a mortgage on it. He used that money that he had in that house to buy another house to pay for it. So that's paying for itself, and it's giving him extra money in the long run, right? And so when that house is paid off, I mean that's going to be just extra money that's going to be flowing in, and he can continue to do the same thing. So if he wanted to take out equity on that second house that he can do that, buy another house, pay that off a little bit, do the same thing over and over, just repeat doing that, and then that you have a whole slew of rental properties that you have, and you can just wake up in the morning to decide if you want to go to work or not. So that's having options and that financial freedom that a lot of people talk about. But he will not listen. You will not be able to do this if you don't have a spouse that's on the same team, right? That's on your team, that y'all have a plan and that y'all are working together. A lot of people, they do this thing like, this is my money, so I'm gonna spend it this way, and you can spend your money this way, even though they in the same house, right? So like a little bit about us, man. We do joint banks. We do joint bank accounts, right? If my wife needs something, she go in the account and get it. If I need something, I go in the account and get it. It ain't no my money and your money in this household. We started doing that, and I'll probably dive a little bit more into it. We started doing that in the beginning of our marriage, and we would have more arguments about the finances than doing that. And then when we started like joining our accounts, and we realized that I had to be accountable for the money that I took out, she had to be accountable for the money that she took out, we were able to have a conversation, And we do not fight about finances. We don't have arguments about finances. I mean, they like that's what you're supposed to do. You work as a team. Man, I'm really feeling this. I'm really feeling this story. This dude is going when he if the route that he's going, even before he hits when he's 29, even before he hits 45, I bet you this dude is going to be a millionaire. Bet you. And that's because of his work ethic. That work ethic it's one of the best skills that you have, right? Man, I remember growing up, my granddad and my dad are and my mom actually too, they instilled a great huge work ethic in me and my little sister. So even when in the summertime, my folks sent us to my grandparents' house, right? And when I was younger, I used to dread going because we were going to work. My granddad had this garden. He had and we had to shell peas, butter beans. We had to tend to the garden. And man, I would just dread doing it because I'm like, this is the summertime. I'm supposed to be playing. This is a break from everything, right? But I mean, he was instilling that work ethic in us. Now, when the summertime was over with, granddad took us to the mall. If I wanted some new shoes for the school year, I got some new shoes. If I wanted this video game, cause I worked for it, and so he didn't mind. He was showing me that if I wanted something in life, I had to work for it. If I want those new Nikes, I need to go and work for it, right? So that instilling work ethic, especially at an early age, for children, that's good. Even my mom now, she'll call me out. The kids done with school? Do they want to work? And my kids, they go over there and they help my mom work. So there, I see that work ethic that's going into them as well. But man, I think this is a really really amazing story that on this Millennium Monday. This is probably one of the best ones I've seen.
5 to 10 years, I see myself not at the post office. 5 years, I say I could be halfway to being a millionaire, if not more. 10 years, I think I'd be well over being a millionaire, and that's just a goal I set for myself. I think I'm gonna crush it, truthfully. The main reason I want to share my story, when you see me, it's like, hey, that guy's also like just working a normal job day to day, and he went from here to here. So I'm hoping like I can just help the people that like trying to learn to grow like me around the poor people era. So I'm hoping that with that actual growth in real time, that I can just really help people to show them that it's possible.
Yo, man, look, I like that one. That was a real good one. That was a real good one. Guys, if y'all got any comments about this one, leave them down below. This was a really good one. This dude was doing everything right. His wife, and what I really want to comment on is the team dynamic between him and his wife and how they were handling their finances. They weren't looking at it as this is my money, this is your money. All that money was going into the house, right? Because if you think about it, and this is why I don't understand the joint accounts, right? If you think about it, you trust me enough to be your husband, right? You trust me enough to carry my child, but you don't trust me with your finances. Like, I mean, we're supposed to be one, and you don't trust me with that. So I mean, like I said, this was probably like my favorite one I've seen. If y'all like these reaction videos, leave a like, leave a comment down below. But other than that, this is JTE Entertainment, and I am out.